Hi Scorpio, it's your girl Conscious Queen, and I'm checking in for this Cancer new moon. And this is my third time doing y'all's video. Okay, so I was waiting for the perfect time to redo this video. So we are in the get him Jen, please. So we are in the energy of um, the Cancer new moon, and for you Scorpio. Oh, wrong report. Let me go up some. Okay, here we are. So the sun and the moon in Cancer is in your ninth house. And it's in a trine to your first house, and Saturn retrograde in the fifth house. So the sun and moon in the ninth house does deal with our emotions, our intuition. Um, this energy is connected to your home, your mother as well. And the ninth house is a house of travel. Okay. There could be something about your car with traveling as well. Um, the ninth house is also legal. I don't want to just necessarily say legal issues, but like legal cases, legal situations. So yeah, you could be traveling. This is a long distance traveling. Um, plane, boat, overseas, that kind of energy. The ninth house is also connected to your nationality, ancestors, and your heritage. This energy is also connected to like banks, financial institutions, passports, security clearance, creditors, things like that as well. The ninth house is also connected to teachers. Okay, so there could be something connected to your teachers and your children. Your children could have something going on legally with that ninth house as well, or you could have like a legal case with a child. Okay. Something could also come up regarding your vehicle. The sun and moon in the ninth house in Cancer could be like auto loans, financing, and things like that. This is also a house of spiritual leaders and teachers. So you could have sought spiritual guidance from spiritual leaders, or you could be a spiritual leader as well. So yeah, something surrounding your children, teachers, classes. Okay. This sun and moon in the ninth house is square to Chiron and Aries in the sixth house, and the true node in Aries in the sixth house. So if you're always in a rush, be mindful of aggression and anger at work, or even as a part of your routine. Okay. Just be mindful of that aggressive energy with this square to the ninth house. Now there could also be something legal, like I said, going on. There could be like because you have Mars in your seventh house. So this Mars in the seventh house is in the sixth house to Saturn and Pisces in the fifth house. So there's some kind of fight or argument going on with your children, with money for your children, second house things when it comes down to your children. So yeah, there's something there with that. So yeah, you have Jupiter and Gemini in your eighth house. Also, the ninth house is also connected to different cultures. Okay. So it might be like with the square to the ninth house to the sixth house, it might be hard to get to things that you normally do. You know, when you experience other cultures, it's like breaking outside of your comfort zone and learning new things and different, learning different cultures or different ways of other cultures. Okay. The fifth house is in a square to Jupiter and Gemini in the eighth house. So this is secret communication. Jupiter and Gemini in the eighth house is, it could be communication about siblings, um, about their money, about their spouse, about their, you know, uh, their sexual health, their reproductive health, or whatever. Jupiter, Gemini, in the eighth house is also communication. God forbid somebody texts and say, "Oh, I went to the doctor and found out I had X, Y, and Z," or something like that. But this is like a review of your sexual health with Jupiter and Gemini in the eighth house, and this is a karmic house as well. So Jupiter and Gemini in the eighth house is like sex with multiple lovers, talking to different people, entertaining different people. Okay. So yeah. And it's in a square to your fifth house. So this is like the things that people are saying, or versus the outlook of your children, because this ninth house is connected to your emotions, it's connected to your mother, your family, your home. Okay, so there's a lot of secrets here with Jupiter and Gemini in the eighth house. Could be a lot of bribery as well, extortion. This is a review of other people's finances with Jupiter and Gemini in the eighth house. This is also sexual communication as well. Okay. So, yeah, that Jupiter and Gemini in the eighth house would definitely give off a lot of sexual energy. This is also the energy of like porn and phone sex and stuff like that. With Jupiter and Gemini in the eighth house, square the fifth house, be mindful of pregnancy and not knowing who your baby daddy is and shit like that. Okay. Because you like dealing with different people. I'm just saying, I mean, it's just, and this is just like a download. It just came to me while I was going over this energy, because I'm like, Jupiter and Gemini in the eighth house, that's like fucking a lot of people. You know what I mean? Or it's like, codependency, attachment through sex. It's also like sex magic, sexual communication. They're probably really turn somebody on. Maybe somebody's like kink is something that's said in the bedroom or something. But anyway, but yeah, this ninth house, it's also connected to creditors, scammers, loans, credit cards, bank loans, the banks and stuff like that. Like I said, court appearances, judges, lawyers, trials, okay? And you can also be financing a car, buying a new car, renting, or signing for a car or something like that. But this ninth house is also connected to the military and spiritual beliefs, okay? Yeah, like repossessions and auctions. Be mindful of travel. With the ninth house in a square to the sixth house, you could be needing to pay attention to You know, your health, your hygiene, you know, evaluating your routine and stuff like that. Be mindful of arguments and fights at work. You may also have a hard time like taking off for a vacation as well. So yeah, some people might be signing back up for college, or you know, signing up for some new classes or something, you know. So yeah, careful with accidents at work and careful when traveling with the square two. Chiron the Aries in the sixth house and the true node of Aries in the sixth house. Be very mindful of speeding. So yeah, Jupiter and Gemini in the eighth house highlights your siblings. With the square to the fifth house, it's, you know, it's like you could be joking, you know, but there's something here with your siblings, some kind of trigger, some kind of codependency energy, okay. There could be something revealed surrounding a child or a pregnancy. You also have Mercury in your 10th house in opposition to Pluto retrograde in your 4th house. So this is the energy of you as a parent, okay? And it's opposing your home, okay? So you could also be putting yourself out there in the world. You know, something could be because this Mercury in the 10th house opposite Pluto retrograde in the 4th house. It's something maybe from the home that you're posting online. Okay. Mercury and Leo in the 10th house is an energy of performing, acting. Could also be something broadcasted to the world connected to children. Okay, this is also an energy of drama. Okay. So the South Node in Libra is in your 12th house, which is connected to your 5th house. Okay, so this is rest, sleep, you know, your children, having fun, doing things that bring you pleasure and joy, you know, brings you your wish fulfillment. Okay. But the South Node in the 12th house could have you in isolation. Okay, this is the house of prisons and hospitals. So somebody could be visiting the hospital, somebody could be in the hospital or in prison. Some people could be in the hospital with a child or have loved ones in prison, or you could be in prison. Okay, so Mars in the 7th house in a sextile to Saturn in the 5th house. There could be arguments with your spouse over a child or children. There could be some domestic disputes. You also have Uranus in your 7th house in a sextile to Neptune retrograde in the 5th house. So something with your marriage and your children, or a pregnancy or something like that. So a change that you know, a change in money or finances in a marriage, you know, connected to something that brings joy, romance, dating, fun. Okay. Uranus in the 7th house could be changes in your spouse's finances or changes in your spouse's 2nd house things, material things. Definitely fertility here with Mars in the 7th house in the 6th house, the Saturn retrograde in Pisces in the 5th house. It's definitely a fertile energy. Okay. Mars in the 7th house is also connected to a sun. Be mindful of fighting over money or other second house things, food as well. Okay, but Mars in the 7th house in a 6th house is Saturn in a 5th house is definitely fuel for creativity. Okay, this is romance, sex, flirting, good times. Okay, partying, dancing, music, and things like that. So there's definitely some good energy there. Or your child could also be fighting with their spouse or going through something domestic within their relationship with their 5th house and the 6th house and the 7th house. So this is what I have for you, Scorpio. If you haven't subscribed already, be sure to do so. Hit the notification bell so that you will be notified when I post another video. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.